I understand why people don't want impunity. Some of them suffer to themselves. They were guilty of very small transgressions in government and lost their jobs, or they had to pay huge amounts of money. Others are struggling with poverty, hunger, and deprivation because of the underdevelopment that has occurred, primarily because of the injustices of the past, but secondly, because of corruption, ineptitude, and just a whole lot of the state. And therefore, I'm with the people. We're even organizing a social justice summit on the 4th of November because we're on the same boat with people. We want this country to move forward in terms of leaving no one behind.
Indeed.
However, if we don't clean up the system, we're not going to get the full story. Those tentacles that are in the system will continue to build new cleavages of corruption in the system. And therefore, we'll not be able to say goodbye to corruption or to leave corruption behind. It will grow from these little nuggets that are left in the system and become new giants. And therefore, to cut this beast that is corruption, including state capture, totally out of the system, we need self-disclosures. The people I'm talking about are not people who have been arrested. They're not people who have been disclosed by other people at the State Capture Commission. Because people that we are asking is self-disclose. And the incentive would be that they will get maybe lesser prison sentences, if any, or maybe a total get out of jail card, but not get out of jail free. There will be accountability, including paying back the money.
Again, I refer to the article that Richard Callan did write, and he basically said, as a law expert, one would say that this is mitigation in sentencing, not amnesty. That perhaps is the wrong use of word.
I think where he's making a mistake, he's assuming I'm talking about people we know are criminals. Like in plea bargaining, we already have caught you using our own means, and we just want you to save us the trouble of proving you are guilty, and you give us the information yourself, and therefore we lessen the sentence. That's not it. Here, I'm talking about people you, me, NPA, and everyone else do not know that these people were involved in the system. But the truth is they are there, everywhere. The people who were planted in the system are continuing to work because state capture is organized crime. It requires a spider web to succeed, and we haven't chopped the full spider web.
Now, you also made a comment that South Africans, and you alluded to it now as well, have to remove unethical people from power and not wait for the corrupt to be found guilty before removing them. Being a legal mind yourself, a question would be asked, what happened to the principle of innocent until proven guilty?
The concept of innocent until proven guilty is a criminal concept. I think South Africans should just play honesty. State power is not built on the criminal justice people. Anybody who gets employed by government subjects themselves to the ethical foundations of the state. And therefore, you can be removed constitutionally and legally for violating the ethical foundations of this country. If you're a member of the executive, you would have violated Section 196 if you're international, in the provinces, Section 136. If you are just anybody who is a state functionary, you would have violated Section 195. If we don't enforce our ethical provisions, we really are not going to deal with the problem. Just lastly, you as colleagues in the SABC, for example, if you are considered guilty of something, nobody waits for the criminal justice system. Disciplinary proceedings are instituted against you, and those disciplinary proceedings could include the violation of the ethical code of the organization. And the ethical code of government as an organization is Section 195 of the Constitution. If you are a member of cabinet or a member of the executive, you add to that Section 96. If you're in the province, you add to it Section 136. And in all of the other places, there would be other ethical codes. And it's time that this country enforced its ethical foundations. I really do not understand why we don't want to enforce our ethical provisions.
Authorities